operatives of Providence, a secret organization working in the highest echelons of power. Providence's controller, the Constant, approaches Diana and makes her a deal. Eliminate the Shadow Client and learn about 47's past. But when 47 discovers that the Shadow Client is Lucas Gray, his lost childhood friend, he and Diana switch sides to fulfill an old pact. Destroy Providence. Together, they manage to capture the Constant, forcing him to reveal the identities of the 3 Providence partners. Eliminate them, and the war would be over. However, the Constant has an ace up his sleeve. Look closer. In the shadows, behind the everyday world, beyond the headlines and the seats of power, a hidden hand. A kind of company known as Providence. To it, we were just assets, to use and throw away, to do the unthinkable, the unforgivable, and it never gave us a second thought. Until now. After decades in the shadows, we are fighting back. Me and 47. Much has been lost, but we are closer than ever. We trapped the Constant, Providence's chief controller, and finally learnt the names of its 3 partners. In their downfall, we lay the past to rest. And, just maybe, look towards the future. 47. It's time.
Partners are down there. You know, I never planned this far ahead. You never do. I see someone got his memory back. Wait, is that a beacon? What the hell? Base. Alexa Carlisle's helicopter just took off. Confirm target locations, over. Diana, what's the status?
Right. We have a situation. Carlisle has left the building. And I think I know why. The Constant has escaped. He persuaded one of the sailors into setting him free. And since then, he's been seizing control of Providence assets and resources. I can only assume Carlisle is rushing to contain the damage.
If she slips away again...
We'll keep track of her. Make sure she doesn't. Meanwhile, the plan stays the same. Your destination is the Scepter, the world's tallest building where the partners are laying low, courtesy of their host, Sheikh Omar Al-Ghazali. His family made its fortune in real estate and banking, and were at one point the chief landowners in New York. Carl Ingram is a powerful Washington kingmaker whose family grew rich selling gunpowder during the American Civil War, and later established a globe-spanning empire in oil, coal, and steel. Both families long since retreated from public view, but their quiet dominance endures to this day. Now, the partners likely suspect that we're coming, so Mr. Gray will infiltrate building controls and disable all electronic doors and elevators. Stuyvesant and Ingram are about to find they have nowhere left to run.
Right. This is our moment, 47. Providence ruined our lives with the flick of a pen. Today, we return the favor. Happy hunting.
Welcome to Dubai, 47. Today is the inauguration of the scepter, and the ceremony is well underway. You will find Marcus Stuyvesant near the building's signature art installation. While a paranoid Carl Ingram has ensconced himself in his penthouse suite, security on highest alert. Mr. Gray is already in position and ready to assist. Good luck, 47.
47. Come in. 47, do you copy?
I'm here.
Are you in position?
I'm heading towards the point of entry.
Good. Get back to me when you're there. Locked. 47, use your camera and scan the lock, will you? I think I can override the Windows controls from here.
I'm in position.
47, the inauguration is taking place close by. Once you've infiltrated it, get your bearings. I'm sure there must be floor plans somewhere.
Understood.
We need absolute focus on this one. If Ingram and Stuyvesant are alerted to our presence, we may lose them for good. We are so close, 47.
Don't worry. They're not going anywhere.
On behalf of His Royal Highness Omar Al-Ghazali, I bid you welcome to the Scepter.
Welcome! Hello! Good to see you. How lovely to see so many familiar faces here today. Now, this has been a dream of mine for a great many years. As all of you know, I am from one of the less privileged sides of the respectable Al-Ghazali.
That's a good look on you, bro.
But with a small loan from my father, I soon built up a construction empire that was worthy of the great Al-Ghazali legacy.
Hello there, sir.
I would like to thank my cousins, without whose friendship and influence this is achieved. Thank you. I'm proud to yet again immortalize our great family. But this
Listen. I want to talk to the partners directly. Make them understand why all of this is happening. And that terminal gives me an idea. There's a server room near the Sheikh's personal reception. If you can gain access to it, we might be able to recover useful intel from it. We'll have to work together to hack the system, but it's our best shot. It looks like the staff area could provide you with a viable route to the server room. There's a keypad lock on the doors to the staff area. One moment. All right, try this. 4706. There's quite a bit of security here. One moment. You ready for some more fresh air, 47?
This is briefing 4 of the day. Most of the guests have arrived now. His Highness should be just about finished with his opening speech. This is where it gets real. The last 9 hours have been a tutorial for what's coming now. You'll have some of the most important people in the world out there. Art critics, royalty, politicians, YouTubers, you name it. Everyone's in the building today. So that means new rules. Okay, before we go through those, I want to point your attention to the pile of papers on the table. It contains names and information of guests, the new terminal passwords, fresh from IT, and run sheets for everything that's going to take place over the next 3 hours. Grab one before you leave. Memorize everything. All right, first things first. Remember your places.
Okay.
These are important
I think I should
people who do
focus
not
on the
need to
glass
be
and
burdened by your
glass-related
presence.
surfaces. And you can
Unseen
focus
is a
on the ceramic
requirement.
and ceramic
Second,
related surfaces.
you will overhear
Absolutely
conversations
not
of a
this time.
sensitive
Less fine.
nature. I don't believe I have to tell you that
started
half of
here
these
a
people
week
are
before
rich beyond your wildest dreams. And rich means weird. Whatever you hear in the Scepter will stay here. Understood? I didn't sign an NDA with the girth of Sheikh Omar's grandfather just to have one of you idiots call up the press with a news story. And finally, the food is for guests only. Unless you're a chef, there's no such thing as tasting. I think we all recall what happened at the grand opening of Sheikh Omar's solar panel plant last year. Nobody wore white for 5 months after that incident. Oh, one last
Exciting,
thing.
right?
We've installed keypads on most of the doors here to keep raunchy guests from sneaking off through their doors. Anyway, the code is 4706. Don't forget it.
I think I can open that window remotely. Scan the lock with your camera and I'll have a try.
Oh God, this isn't happening. Really? Of course, sure. Why not? This is ridiculous. Someone else deal with this. Shit.
Sheikh Al-Ghazali is reaching out to his worldwide network of lawyers and financial contacts, attempting to restore the lost power base of the Providence partners. If Ingram and Stuyvesant were asked to a meeting, thinking they'll be told of new developments, I suspect they'd jump at the chance. There's a lounge area at the top of the building. It can be sealed off for private conversations. If we lure the targets there, they'll be trapped. The server room should be behind one of the doors in this hallway.
I must go and get the, from what did I say? I can't remember what it was now. Something about the...
A calendar function. We can use this to summon the partners to a fake meeting, 47. All right, I'm no hacker like Olivia, but I think you need to pull one of the racks here to gain access to the terminal. Damn it. A silent alarm has been tripped. Security is on its way. Hide, 47.
Can't be here! Oh no, you... Riptide is hit!
47, reinforcements are incoming. More guards on their way.
Whoa, Jesus! What is this? Ugh.
'This is Papa Charlie. I have arrived.
.47 reinforcements are incoming. More guards on their way.
It was an insane idea to start with. Exploding golf ball. I don't want blood on my hands. I've never taken into before.
I'm sorry, but Mr. Ingram, who is the Royal Highness's guest, has requested no noise of any kind.
Okay, but it means I'll work slower.
I don't care what tempo you work.
It will be slow, and I'll probably get a warning about that.
Oh, it smells delicious. Is it nearly done?
Are you kidding me? No, it needs to simmer. Perfection.
Hey, check.
Time. Better stop preparing.
Yes, sorry about that, 47. Let's try again, shall we? I think I've got it. We'll need a keycard to gain access. Someone in maintenance should have one we can borrow for a spell.
At least you make tips.
Two of us are stationed up here and below, by the card reader. If we get an alert, we both swipe our cards. Bingo. Lockdown.
What if the other guard is using the bathroom?
Well, it's time. So if that's
Any news on the new guard? Codename Pinky.
I got word.
Look, I'll just have wondering. I'm sure if I'm needed out there, one of the technicians will come and find me.
That would right now. You know, Baldy would
I
be sure who
want to
died.
share my
Sounds promising.
No, it doesn't.
Look, you are keeping yourself out of trouble. Trying to have you talked to me? That's business. Everything here is my business. You are my guest. Do you know that Carl is wondering why you are down here?
Carl is not my keeper. You better keep your mouth shut.
Yeah, I'll leave a tip next time.
Excuse me! Don't move!
Whoa! That's reckless. No, sir.
Whatever you say.
Sir, I will have to ask you to...
It's just a precaution.
I've been personally invited by the Royal Highness Omar Al-Ghazali. I should have clearance. The name is Zaina Kazim.
Sir, I understand. But you can't enter without being searched. It's standard procedure.
Your boss?
This is ridiculous.
Well, that's how it is. Think about it, and come back if you want. I'll be waiting upstairs in the reception. Understood.
You're not on the list. Please step back, sir.
Hey, he gave you an order. Please comply.
How's it going up here?
We're good for now, but we've only got one.
Well, just make sure we don't balance everything, okay?
Looking good today, sir.
It's just a drink. You don't mind, do you? Oh, I really think you are putting on a brave face. You shouldn't be hiding back here. You should be out there celebrating life.
What's up?
But the other, he's clearly in some sort of disguise. So it must be a
place, huh?
Oh, yeah. I could get used to a gig like this. Beautiful.
hold on. Have we, Damn it.
Oh, that food smells great.
Shifty.
Excuse me. I've talked to one of your people inside the exhibition, but I think she is kind of slow. Maybe you can help.
That must have done something. Can you see anything different in the room? Good. We're in. Now all you need to do is access the terminal and use the calendar option to summon the Providence partners to a meeting. Good work. The meeting has been booked. The partners should be moving up here shortly. Huh. Looks like the lounge can be sealed off for private conversations. Handy. Excellent. I see the partners moving. You should join their meeting. Time to end this, 47. Cameras... are showing a lot of guards up here. They wouldn't suspect one of their own, though. The partners are alone now. I'll activate the panel controlling the room's security features. When you're ready, use it to start the show.
I already told you to follow me. What's the problem?
He must have been caught up in some other meeting.
The nerve of some people. I'm leaving.
You got him, 47. Marcus Stuyvesant won't be a problem anymore. Let's move on to Carl Ingram. We're not done yet.
Stay calm. You'll be fine.
Protect the client! Fire at will!
Got him, 47. Marcus Stuyvesant won't be a problem anymore. Let's move on to Carl Ingram. We're not done yet.
From an Ivy League college with full honors, Jeffrey wanted to make a difference. He was brilliant, but he was an idealist, and he started working for what he believed was a greater cause. Fate, however, felt he would be more useful in the private sector, and set itself out to lure him to his true calling, working for the hand that fed him. So good. Grooming in fate's own image for when he was needed. And when that fateful day finally arrived, Jeffrey, unknown to himself, was now under fate's full control. No choice but to comply. You to take everything away from it in a heartbeat. Maybe I should delete that. That's enough for now.
Hey! Hey, are you okay?
We got him, 47. Soon there will be no more Providence. You need to find an exit. Our business is done here, but it's far from over. that's your winning face, I'd hate to see you lose.
We underestimated the Constant.
Yeah, he's a glorified desk clerk.
He's not just after the money. He wants it all.
We caught him once, we can do it again. And, well, we're not the ones who let him escape.
You still don't trust her.
I don't like executive decision makers. Look, you don't have to follow her, you know? Soon, this will be over. Maybe it's time to think about the future. You have to face the possibility that there's no going back. If the ICA knows what you did...
She'll make it right. She always does.
We have a fix on Carlisle. Come on. We've got a plane to catch. I hope you like the rain, 47.
Miss Burnwood.
How did you...
I have everyone's number. You really ought to know by now.
You planned this? All of it?
Don't be silly. I just played the hand I was dealt.
We'll find you.
You had me. Where'd that get you?
We handed you an empire.
It's for the best. The partners were complacent, set in their ways. But power is more than just security. Profit, change. Surely you understand. Or you will. Soon enough.
She came home.
Carlisle's lost an empire. You fall hard enough, you tend to be reminded of what truly matters. So, the end of the line. You ready for this?
Are you? Who will you be, without a score to settle?
I guess the world's most wanted fugitive will have to do.
Alexa Carlisle is dead. According to the funeral invitation, that is. So naturally, it caused quite a stir when the late matriarch turned up at the breakfast table, alive and kicking. Carlisle, wisely sensing that her number is up, has emerged from exile to tie up loose ends and secure the Carlisle legacy. She may be a monster, but you have to admire her due diligence. Carlisle descends from an ancient line of warrior aristocrats. Her great-grandfather made a killing in the Second Opium War and established an empire in shipping, railroads, and newspaper publishing. While largely unknown to the public, the family still asserts its quiet dominance over global transport and logistics, media, and technology. Most senior of the partners, Alexa Carlisle, is cold as ice. tough as nails and sharp as a razor. Incidentally, it was her late father who first brought the three families together after the end of World War II at this very house, meaning that this gentleman is the birthplace of Providence.
It began here, and it ends here. Talk about poetic.
One more thing. According to our intel, Carlyle keeps a case file on the Constant. Information that may be helpful in his recapture. So don't leave the estate without it.
Right. Happy hunting, 47. See you on the other side.
Thornbridge Manor. The Carlyle family's home for countless generations. The Revenant Alexa Carlyle and her 3 adult children, younger brother Zachary, grandson and daughter-in-law, are all gathered to conduct Carlyle's sham funeral. Curiously, Carlyle summoned a famous London PI soon after arriving this morning, but his purpose at Thornbridge is yet unclear. Now, the target knows that you're coming, and her guard detail is top-notch. So Mr. Gray will secure their nearby field HQ and intercept all calls going in and out of the estate. Any appeal for backup is going to fall on very deaf ears. Good luck, gentlemen.
Private area, sir. Phineas Whitmer, private investigator. I have an appointment with Madame Carlyle. Please wait.
Mr. Whitmer is here to see Madame Carlyle. You can go right in.
That is Phineas Whitmer, the famous private investigator hired by Madame Carlyle this morning. I'm curious why he's here. Maybe you should do some detecting yourself, 47. A famous private investigator summoned by Alexa Carlyle.
Man. Hey, who is throwing stuff around here? Come on! Good job.
Hmm?
Yes. Hey? I'm awesome. No, no, no.
Mr. Whitmer, thank God you're here. Can I take you to Madame Carlyle?
Yes, please.
If you'd follow me. I know I oughtn't say anything, but I'm so relieved you're here. Everything's just so strange. Preparing for Madame's funeral, and then she turns up alive. But then the awful business with her brother Zachary, and all this security.
Stop.
I've never seen the place guarded like this, and I dare say I don't like it at all. Well, this is what I mean. You have to be patted down before you see Madame Carlyle inside.
Hey,
I could just cry.
If you want to pass through, I gotta pat you down. Yeah, let me take a look. Just like the movies, right? Thank you for your patience, sir.
Mr. Whitmer, thank you for coming on such short notice. A great tragedy has fallen upon us, and I need a quick resolution, handled with absolute discretion.
Results and discretion are my speciality.
Very well. I suppose you will want to start at the crime scene.
In my experience, a thorough examination of a potential crime scene is half the job done.
Good. Fernsby will take over from here.
I am Mr. Fernsby, the butler. Madame Carlyle has asked me to assist you in any way possible. Mr. Whitmer, I understand that you've traveled from London. Would you care for some refreshments? Or do you prefer to go straight to Mr. Zachary's sleeping quarters?
I prefer to get started.
As you wish. If you'll follow me, sir. I feel obliged to point out that current affairs surrounding Madame Carlyle are of a delicate nature. You may be familiar with the recent announcement of her death. You will probably learn that a staged funeral is scheduled to take place tomorrow. Madame's children were not informed until this morning that their mother was in fact not dead at all. So please bear with them if they seem affected by the rather unusual situation. I trust I do not need to remind you that there will be consequences if word gets out that Madame Carlyle is still alive.
I'll consider her dead when I leave.
Before you inspect the crime scene, I will tell you this. The case concerns the death of Mr. Zachary, Madame Carlyle's younger brother. He was found dead in his bed this morning. The door was locked from the inside, and a suicide letter was found in his room. However, Madame Carlyle suspects foul play and will not accept that he took his own life. I've prepared some information for you, so please do come and see me when you've finished your investigation of the crime scene. This is Mr. Zachary's room, to my right.
A locked room murder mystery, 47. I trust you'll get to the bottom of this. Why don't you use your camera to scan the dead body, 47?
Throat markings indicate a rare, short-lived plant poison killed him. Spread shows time of death at around 10 o'clock last night.
You do know your poisons, 47. Zachary was shopping for New Wellingtons last night. Not exactly what you would expect from someone suicidal. Zachary's suicide note. Also, a sample of handwriting. It could be relevant to compare to other samples to establish its authenticity.
front door.
It's a secret passage. This could explain how the door was locked from the inside. A photocopy of the floor plans. Somebody's been researching the secret ins and outs of Thornbridge Manor. I believe you've done a thorough search of the crime scene, 47. Maybe it's time to see the butler. I'm curious about the information he's prepared for you.
Mr. Fernsby, I'm done with the crime scene.
Did you establish a time of death?
Zachary died around 10 o'clock last night.
Well, that means the staff were off duty. And Madame Carlyle and her security didn't arrive until this morning. That leaves Madame's family and myself as the only persons here when he died. And before you ask, no, I do not have an alibi. I was alone in my office at the time of death. Here's the material that I prepared for you. It's a list of the possible suspects and their quarters. Hopefully that will help you keep track of your findings. Please come and see me when you've solved the case, and I will take you to Madame Carlyle.
This is very useful information, 47. So how does one solve a murder mystery, 47? Motive, means, and opportunity, I believe. May I suggest you ask the suspects for alibis? Or perhaps do you prefer searching the manor for clues first?
With a handsome face like that, I bet you've worked with a lot of high-profile celebrities, right?
So I think, yeah, what you said.
That door leads to Emma and Gregory's room. Now this is interesting, 47. A letter from Emma's mother stating that Emma is the illegitimate child of Alexa's late older brother, Montgomery. And listen to this. She claims to have witnessed Alexa and Zachary murder him. The plot thickens.
You can't be here, sir. Hey, wait. I see you one more time, so help me.
Greetings, sir.
Madame Carlyle.
Mr. Whitmer, you found proof of what happened to my brother?
No, not yet.
Go and see Fernsby when you do.
Oh, stop pacing.
You have all kinds of influence.
I actually... Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, same.
One you couldn't find at the graveyard. Now? Good idea.
How's everything coming? Make sure you focus on your work.
I will.
You want to check on the major crime.
I got word he's upset
So
with
watch
Madame
yourself
Carlyle.
around here, Mr. Patrick.
Don't worry about me.
Did the portrait photographer check out? You verified his identity?
That is the door to Rebecca's room. I can see from the log that Rebecca was in a conference call from 9 p.m. to midnight last night.
Aaron Ford Jr. $5085. No. I need it immediately. Yes, I'll hold. It doesn't exist. What do you mean it doesn't exist? Right. I'll double check and get back to you. Huh?
This all confirms that Arthur Edwards stole everything from Madame Carlyle. Perhaps you should let her know how bad it is, 47.
You're not supposed to be here.
Madame Carlyle.
Mr. Whitmer, you found proof of what happened to my brother?
No, not yet.
Go and see Fernsby when you do.
Looking good, looking good.
I received a bulk token from the Milton Fitzpatrick London Bank. Did I understand correctly that I should give it to Rebecca in case of your death?
Exactly. She holds the other one. I want her to have the file on Arthur Edwards if I die.
You're not fearful she will be in trouble if she knows?
She will start digging when she realizes things don't add up, inevitably getting her in trouble. I'd rather she knew who she's up against. She's clever and resourceful. Who knows, maybe she'll be able to hit him where it hurts. But I don't want her to get involved prematurely. Hopefully she'll never have to get involved at all. If you only knew what we
Mr. Fernsby?
Mr. Whitmer, you have enough evidence to present your case for Madame Carlyle?
No, not yet.
Come and see me when you do.
Close the gates and wait it out.
This is a restricted area, and I can't let you through. You gotta move on.
Listen, Gregory, something's off. Pruitt got word his motion was rejected. We all signed the bloody thing 4 days ago. So I got hold of the officer. He says it was finalized, but then how can it be withdrawn?
Just wait a few days. I'm sure it'll sort itself out.
Yeah, keep it real.
Right, yeah, sorry.
What the?
I want to check on that undertaker in charge of the funeral. I got word he's upset with Madame Carlyle.
I did, sir. It all checked out.
That is the door to Mr. Fernsby's office.
Mary is so upset, but she's never seen a dead body before.
Poor thing.
And that detective asked to come here. Madame Carlyle must believe Zachary was murdered. Why else ask him to snoop around? I feel weak in my knees from all the tension here.
Don't worry, I'm sure everything will settle down soon.
She just makes me so angry.
What is it?
She scolded Mary for not making the bed the way she preferred it. It's so unfair. She just discovered Zachary's dead body and was all shook up. I tried to tell her, and you know what she said? She said, things will change around here. I can promise you that.
And her son, Patrick, is just as bad. Just look at Rosie. He has no respect. Preying on the girls like that.
But he was such a gentleman. He gave me his coat and all.
Rosie, you need to forget about Patrick. No good's gonna come of it. Stick to your own kind.
You mean like Chris? He treated me like shit. All he wanted to do was play his stupid video games, never any romance. I deserve romance.
Rosie, tell me what you did last night.
I'm in trouble, aren't I? I spent the evening with Patrick. We met after dinner and I went home at 1 in the morning. He said he needed someone real to talk to. When he looks at you, it makes you feel like the center of the universe. Like a real princess.
But now he just ignores her.
Well, he's under a lot of pressure.
He's an idiot. That's what he is.
So 41 guests will attend the funeral. There's still a lot to see. But we're in good time.
Zachary's diary. This is big. He was about to confess to the world that he and Alexa murdered their older brother Montgomery 46 years ago. And apparently, Mr. Fernsby helped make the murder look like an accident. And 47, the handwriting doesn't match the suicide letter in his room, proving he didn't write it himself.
Top of things, Elaine?
Sure am, Mr. Fernsby. Coming along just fine.
I trust Mr.
Patrick
is not
Carlyle.
interfering with your work.
Can you tell me where you
We
were
need everything
yesterday
ready
evening?
tomorrow.
He's just...
Shit, it's
bored.
that sneaky
I
butler,
can
isn't
work while we
it?
talk.
He ratted
Just
me out.
leave it at talking, Elaine. Mr. Patrick is not acquainted with how things are done here.
Elaine,
I'm fine.
give us some
Thanks
privacy,
for
would you?
checking in.
Don't tell Mother, okay? She's really tense these days, and the last thing I need is more hassle. I took that pretty blonde,
Rosie for an evening stroll. I mean, how the fuck am I expected to cope for an entire weekend in this shithole? I'm bored out of my mind. If that's all, I think I'll get back to my slow death by boredom.
What did you think of Zachary?
Creepy as hell. No ambition. Imagine deciding to live in a museum. You know, Father says Zachary and Alexa used to be two of a kind. He had a great future ahead of him, then suddenly he just gave up everything. What an idiot. Thank God Daddy chose looks and brains over pedigree when he married Mummy. I don't have to worry about the inbreeding so customary in these circles. So, is that it?
Did you see anything suspicious last night?
No. I reckon Zachary topped himself. I know I would have. Or perhaps Mr. Fernsby. I don't like him. He could have done it.
Gregory Carlyle, can you tell me where you were yesterday evening?
Oh, you're wondering about my alibi, Mr. Detective. Well, I left Thornbridge around 8:30 for a pint with Edward. I wish I hadn't. Quiz night at the inn. On the other hand, staying here with Zachary, my obnoxious sister, and the wife sporting another one of her headaches would have been a fate worse than death. The short of it, Zachary was very much alive when we left. I stayed for the last shout, and I was back here just before midnight. Is that all? Not very thorough, are you?
Tell me about Zachary.
Zach? Huh. Such a sad old sod. A bit heavy on the bottle, but who could blame him? Only company he had was his rare plants and mother, who travels more than she stays here. Honestly, I can't say which is the bigger bore. He's better off dead. Anything else you want to pry?
Anything else you'd like to tell me?
Nothing, really. I'm just enjoying the show. Our perfect mother obviously fucked up, didn't she? Faking her own death. You know, she's explained nothing to us. I think she's scared to own up to her own mistake.
Emmer Carlyle, can you tell me where you were yesterday evening?
Surely I'm not a suspect.
I need to account for everyone.
Well, I spent the evening with my family, but I got an awful migraine and had to take to bed. Everyone can attest to that. I believe I went up when the boys sat down for a drink around 8 o'clock. Is that all?
How did you feel about Zachary?
I might as well be honest. His presence was always awkward. But how do you have a meaningful conversation with a man who only cares about plants? In my opinion, Alexa bears some responsibility for how this ended. She supported his self-limiting behavior by letting him live here. Anything else you want?
Have you noticed anything else out of the ordinary?
Nothing special comes to mind. Except, perhaps, I did get a feeling that Zachary was depressed, not just sad. I suppose he realized that he had no one with Alexa gone. Even Alexa must feel the pangs of guilt over that one, letting him believe she was dead. Then again, guilt isn't her strong suit.
Why waste away in front of the books when he can play like that? That music makes my heart soar.
You have a way with words, Stan.
Professor Edward Carlyle, can you tell me your whereabouts for last night?
Oh, yes, this dreadful business with Zachary. I stay at the local inn. You see, I prefer not to spend the night here at Thornbridge Manor. My brother Gregory came along for a nightcap. He'd never admit it, but I think he understands that I find this whole thing upsetting and wanted to provide some comfort. I believe we went to the Stag's Head around 8:30. If that's all?
Can you tell me about Zachary's behavior last night?
I certainly didn't expect him to commit suicide. Sure, he was upset by Mother's supposed death. We were. But he seemed more engaged than usual. You should ask Rebecca. They had a long talk. Did you know that he hadn't left Thornbridge Manor in nearly 50 years? His plants, Mother, and the staff, all the company he had. Anything else I can...
Did you notice anything else out of the ordinary?
You mean apart from the fact that we came here to bury our mother and she shows up alive and kicking? Zachary found dead in his bed this morning? Or perhaps that the planned funeral is still taking place and I have to do the eulogy? And Mother will surely have a strong opinion on it afterwards. I can't breathe. Excuse me.
Hi, Kathy. It's me again. Edward. I know I'm not supposed to leave you messages, and this is the last time, I promise.
I don't think I can. I would definitely want to use it. Doesn't matter.
Oh, hang up. I'm not supposed to do this. Oh, no.
My old bones can't take much more of this.
It looks really good, though. Latest bad? Throw a fake funeral. It'll make your garden look great.
You may laugh now, but I have a bad feeling we haven't seen the end of it.
I don't believe for a second that Zachary committed suicide. We'd only just run through his plan for the spring seedlings yesterday.
Yes, sure. But he was upset believing his sister was dead.
I'd say worried about how things would be handled with Gregory and Emma taking over. I said to let him stay here, but Ethel was sure Emma would throw him out first chance she got. Now we'll never know.
Wow.
Crap! That is so annoying.
You look tanned. I bet Mother spent the last week at her Cyprus estate. Am I right?
I'm not at liberty to say, ma'am.
Oh, come on. I need to know what's going on. This affects me too, you know.
Rebecca Carlyle, can you tell me about yesterday evening?
We don't really see much of each other, my brothers and I. I suppose it takes our mother's funeral to bring us together, and even then, it's not like we sit on each other's laps. Now, let's see. Patrick, Gregory's son, disappeared straight after dinner. You know, I think he might be in some sort of trouble. Edward wanted to go as well, but Gregory convinced him to stay for a few drinks before they went off for a pint at the local at 8:45. I swear Gregory enjoys Edward's discomfort over staying here. I had a conference call with my New York office at 9, so I spent 3 hours on my laptop in my room and went straight to bed afterwards. I don't know about Emma. She did act a bit strange. You know, I bet she was making lists for changes needing to be done once she gets her hands on Thornbridge Manor. Quite the shock she had when Mother arrived during breakfast. Is there anything else you want to...
Tell me about Zachary. Did he act strange last night?
You know, now you mention it, he was a lot more chatty than usual. He wanted to know about my connections in the publishing business. Apparently, a friend of his is writing a book, which strikes me as very peculiar. I didn't think he had any friends. Is that everything, Mr. Whitmer? I do have a lot to say.
Anything else you feel like mentioning?
I may be wrong, but I saw Mr. Fernsby, the butler, leave Zachary's room early this afternoon. And he seemed a bit startled when he saw me in the hallway. It's probably nothing. Oh, and one more thing. Please be kind to Edward. He can only take so much. Is there anything else you want to ask me?
Fitzpatrick talking to Madame Carlyle's daughter.
Rebecca? Yes. She's insistent, that one. She kept asking all kinds of questions. Who had the other one? Why I gave it to her, that sort of thing. You did make sure she didn't see you give the other one to the butler?
Oh, of course.
I'm fine. Thanks for checking in.
Mr. Fernsby?
Mr. Whitmer, you have enough evidence to present your case for Madame Carlyle?
No, not yet.
Come and see me when you do. Mr. Patrick, can I do anything for you?
Yes, actually. Could you speed up time?
so I don't die from boredom. I fear I may not survive an entire weekend in this shithole. I said speed up time, not my passing. Now just go away.
Of course, sir. I'll come back later. Can't be just from that.
I shouldn't have got it. But that ends.
You like, reading? You look really smart. In a good way.
I do like reading.
Oh, hi, Martin. Rebecca here. I need you to dig up the contract we have with the law firm Morgan, Yates and Co.
No, I think they revoked the unanimous vote for allowing the lease to the York branch.
I know they can't do that. That's why I need the contract. Why wasn't I told? I'll get right on it. Do you have his number? Send it to me. Thanks.
Be so relaxed. I wish you'd take things more seriously.
What are you going on about now?
This whole situation isn't normal. How do you think it affects Patrick? He must be so confused. I don't like how Alexa's way of running things impacts our son.
Patrick? He's only concerned right now.
I mean, it's a pretty big thing for Mother to fake her own death. Was it a security measure? Somebody out to kill her?
Everything I hear is confidential.
So you do know what's going on?
I didn't say that.
With all this security, she obviously still feels threatened. I'll get to the bottom of this. Hello, Janice. Rebecca Carlyle.
That's a token for a vault in the Milton Fitzpatrick London Bank. You need a pair, and you gain access no questions asked. I bet that's where Madame Carlyle keeps a copy of the Edwards file.
May I get you anything, Mr. Patrick?
Privacy? Maybe stop keeping an eye on me? Who put you up to this? Mother?
Just doing my rounds.
Right. God, I hate this place. I totally get why Zachary was such a weirdo. I'm...
Check that out, would ya? Roger. Beautiful. Hey. You're terrible, you know?
Done.
Didn't you say something about a shake before? What was he?
Hey,
Maybe
son.
we should get back to it.
If it's not one thing, it's another.
If I may say so, these are challenging circumstances for everyone. It seems to be his role in the staged funeral event tomorrow that weighs on him.
Christ. If he'd just grow a pair.
I believe he is calling his ex-wife again. It could end with legal consequences. The harassment charges from last time led to that restraining order.
Should I talk to him?
Maybe it's better if I have a word with him.
Hello there, sir.
If I may.
Yes, you might be right. Thank you, Fernsby.
Have you ever thought love
Whoa.
Hey, is anyone there? Hello? I don't like this. That's how we roll.
Hello, Janice. Rebecca Carlyle. I'm looking into... Some unauthorized transactions of funds from the New York branch in connection with my mother's death. No, Janice, that's not what I mean. Hey, what are you...
Sounds like someone's in trouble. Go on! Yeah. Command, how do you read me? Over. Command, don't tell me you don't know what went down here. We have a security breach. Go...
Hello, Janice. Rebecca Carlyle. I'm looking into some unauthorized transactions of funds from the New York branch in connection with my mother's death.
That's a token for a vault in the Milton Fitzpatrick London Bank. You need a pair, and you gain access no questions asked. I bet that's where Madame Carlyle keeps a copy of the Edwards file.